Hello guys and welcome back to Dance Mums, and today I am super excited to be jumping in to a brand new episode of Dance Mums, and honestly I feel like it's going to be an interesting one. I've seen the teaser and apparently there's some controversial dances going on. We all know what happens when that happens. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one to watch. I wonder what kind of controversy we're going for. Is it going down the potentially insensitive route? Are we going down the fact that it's just a bad routine? I'm not sure what we're doing here. But either way, I'm super excited and I know you guys are too. Remember, next Sunday, there will be no Dance Moms episode, but there will be a live stream starting at 7 p.m. BST. I will update you with the times as soon as I know, really. I'll probably put them on the screen down below. Editing Ethan will sort that one out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed and I will see you guys in the video. Let's go. Okay, pyramid. At the bottom of the pyramid, of course, we have Abby Lee Miller. No surprise to anybody whatsoever. I mean, another day of Abby sitting at the bottom of the pyramid. It just makes sense. Next up, we have Melissa. She almost came off there. Wouldn't have been happy with you, Melissa. Stay on. But anyway, she's at the bottom of the pyramid just because... Where else am I meant to put her? Do you know what I mean? Like, she's done nothing. Do you know what I mean? She serves nothing. She serves no purpose. This episode, I feel like we're going to get a lot more Melissa screen time. I feel like there's a whole conversation about homeschooling that's going to go on today. So, yay, we get to talk about that for the 500 millionth time. Do you know what I mean? Next up, we have Kathy. Again, she didn't really give much in the last episode. I feel bad for her. Obviously, her team keeps losing for reasons outside of her control. It's not to do with the quality of the dancing. It's not to do with the quality of the children that she's bringing in. It's purely down to the quality of the fact that Abby is famous. Do you know what I mean? And that the producers have somewhat of a say in proceedings. Apparently. Allegedly. We don't know for certain. But I am imagining that now it is getting to the point of the show where they're starting to meddle a little bit more than they used to. Anyway, up next we have Jill. I know. And we also have Christy. The reason I've put these two at the bottom, they just, again, were kind of just warring in the last episode, and I kind of got tired of it, and I was like, meh, they're kind of boring me now. Like, can we get over this Kendall versus Chloe beef? Like, I'm so over it. I think the kids are over it. I think the mums are over it. But obviously, it's a TV show. We have to keep on bringing up the same drama over and over again. Because if it didn't work once, maybe it'll work the 500th time. Anyway, up next. Oh. So we've got Kelly and we've got Holly. Honestly, two icons. Unproblematic queens currently this series. Obviously, that's going to change very soon for this one. But for this one, she's unproblematic. She is a queen. And yeah, I enjoyed both of them in the last episode. Didn't really do much, but weren't causing issues, so that's a positive. Up next, we have Mackenzie. She was probably the weakest in the group routine. Again, everyone was like, oh my god, I really love that group routine. I didn't hate it. I thought it was good. I just think we've seen much better dances on the show. I'm sorry. Up next, we have Brooke. Again, I didn't really notice her in the group dance as much as I did these three icons and divas. I mean, Paige was absolutely fabulous, and Maddie, she did a good job being the lead as always, but Nia was the true star of that number. Oh my goodness, when I tell you, it's a joy to watch Nia sometimes, an absolute joy. She just lights the stage up with her energy and her passion. She's coming out of a book in the fall, maybe November I think it actually is, and honestly, I don't want to read it just yet, but I will read it at some point. I want to get through Dance Moms first, which is probably going to be like another year at that point. So maybe I'll get it when it's on discount. But I am super excited to read that memoir because I just know it's going to be juicy. But anyway, moving on to the top three of the pyramid. We have... Oh, hello. What are you doing here, Kendall? Stay on the pyramid. You don't want another week of you being ripped off. We got Kendall and we have Chloe. Now, these two icons battled it out and Chloe came out triumphantly once again. But honestly, I feel like Kendall was just shafted with bad choreography, a bad number, with an artist that I've never heard of. And that means that on top of our pyramids, any guesses for who's up here? And it's because of her little cameo at the start of the episode. It's Leslie! It's Leslie, guys! I know. Honestly, this is kind of like a meme placement. I was like, Leslie was in the last episode, so I should put her on the pyramid. And then I was like, what if it would be really funny? I'll put her at the top. I'll put her at the top and it'll be really, really funny. So, she's at the top. She was iconic. She fought back against the evil that is Abby. Her poor daughter is in a cast currently. Honestly, it's just not going well. It's not going well at all for her. But she's now off of the show for a little bit. I'm not sure. I have no clue. But either way, exciting times. Leslie, congrats, I guess. Congrats, I guess. Also, if you guys haven't already seen, yesterday I uploaded a very crazy, very wild video. It's of a TV show that is currently airing in the UK, and it is genuinely one of the most mental, insane watches I've ever witnessed in my whole life. Obviously, be warned, it is a little bit cheeky and naughty, but
Maddie and Mackenzie are homeschooling this year. It's the best thing for us. They have more time to dance. I'm happy, my girls are happy, and Abby's most certainly happy.
I think my big question is, first of all, why are we just in Melissa's house to start off the episode? That's odd. That's strange. Why are we not a pyramid? Second of all, why is Jill just randomly in your house while your children are being homeschooled? That doesn't... What are we doing here? Like, actually, what are we doing here? I'm very confused right now. Third of all, I don't really have a third of all. We kind of run out of things to say. That was all I had to comment on that bit.
If I want her to become this amazing dancer, she needs more time in the studio. And the only way to get that is to take time away from school so she can be at dance.
Jill, honestly, it's not worth it. It really isn't worth it. I don't want to harp on too much about homeschooling because, like, you know my opinions on it. I don't feel like it's conducive and it doesn't help. And I don't feel like you should be doing it unless you absolutely categorically have to, because your child's in danger, you're moving around a lot, other things. Just so that they can be in the studio and dance a little bit more, I feel like that is a really bad excuse for homeschooling. And therefore, I feel like it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, actually, why are we doing this to our children? Because not only is your child now missing out on a huge social element in life, but now you're confining them to literally this one place and your house. There is no longer that third area for them to go and get away from everything else. Yeah, we're gonna leave the rant there. I'm not ranting too much about homeschooling in this episode unless I absolutely have to, because like I said, we've been over it 100 million times. You know my opinion. Let's move on.
You were the highest scoring routine of the day.
So that should mean good things this week, right? It should mean that you're in a good mood, surely. Who am I kidding? We've done this too many times to know that that's not going to be the case.
But I kept enough kids that I could have created a whole new team and replaced every single person, including you, Maddie.
Even Maddie's not safe anymore. Even Maddie's got to work for her place on this team. You're all going to be in the mines, digging, working for that gold place medal. Gold place medal? That doesn't make sense. You know what I mean.
I was an admissions director and I recruited for 12 years. I think finally there could be a match where I could be of help and service to Abby as she goes on her open call auditions.
You're just hoping that you can deter her from finding any replacements for Nia. I see what you're doing. And honestly, I rate it. I think that's a very, very smart thing for you to do. You are literally the best person equipped for this job. But no, we sent Melissa last time, who was there just being like, it's okay, don't talk back to Abby. Your child will not benefit from that. Bore off.
Maddie, Mackenzie, do you want to go with me?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to sell Abby Lee Dance Company apparel at the audition.
So last time, Maddie got to like showcase the dance for the other kids and get them to practice. Now they're going to be out in the foyer. They're going to be selling t-shirts. That's shocking. That's horrendous. That's actually really funny. Talk about a demotion, am I right?
But is the belly in? How many times do I tell you that a day? A lot. Lace up the ribs and close it like a turkey.
Just an icky sentence, isn't it? It's just an icky sentiment as well. Like, it just doesn't, no. It's just, yeah, ew, gross. No, I'm sorry. We're not binding her up like a fucking turkey ready to roast at Thanksgiving. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Our big winner was Chloe.
Oh, I always get nervous when they put Chloe at the top of the pyramid because I'm always like, what horrors await her this week? What are they going to give her this week as just like, oh, let's see if you still got it. It's hard to get to the top of the pyramid, but it's harder to stay there. And I just know that that is a sentiment that's going to be carried through. I'm going to Vegas in a couple of weeks. If you guys have been and you have any recommendations of things to do, please, please, please drop them in the comment section down below. And if I like the sound of them, I might do them. I might be doing a Vegas vlog. We don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how tired and jet lagged we are because, oh God, I can already tell it's just going to be horrendous, the jet lag. And we're just going to have to be chugging coffee to get through it. So make sure you send any recommendations down below. And apart from that, let's get on with the video.
Paige, you are part of the trio with Chloe and Kendall.
Okay, Chloe, Paige, Kendall. The last time those three did a trio, exceptionally good. They did very, very, very well. So I am excited to see how that goes down. However, I am nervous because obviously these are three of Abby's least favourite people in a group together. Could spell doom.
Maddie, you will be competing this weekend, but you will be doing a ballet routine. And Mackenzie, you will also be doing a solo. You will be entered in the lip sync category.
Eh? There's a lip sync category? What? Why? Why? What? Oh, I can already just tell this could be another backflipping jazz solo for her. But Maddie doing a ballet number. That is very, very interesting, I have to say. Very interesting indeed.
This will be a piece about the civil rights movement.
Oh,
so Nia,
no.
your mother has been on my back. When is it going to be Nia's turn? When is she going to get something special? Da 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 da.
Holly looks pissed off. She looks pissed off because the only time Nia gets to be front and center is when it's some kind of like, oh, we're doing a dance about the civil rights movement and therefore only Nia can play this certain person. It's like she never gets to do it just off of her merit. It's out of necessity. Oh, no. Now I understand why she said it was a controversial dance. Oh, no.
The civil rights movement has a special place in my experience and in my heart. And I hope that Abby treats this subject matter with dignity and a lot of respect. I hope that Abby does not sensationalize this at all.
I mean, I don't want to give Abby too much credit, but the Rosa Parks number is one of the best numbers on the show. It's like at least top 5. And so I do have some faith in her. However, the word that Holly just used there, sensationalize, that's what I'm worried about. That is exactly what I'm worried about. Also, this is a lot of pressure on Nia. The fact that she was like, the entire victory weighs on your shoulders. It's like, okay, let's calm ourselves because there are 6 other people that are going to be in the number. Well, 5 because Mackenzie's not going to be in it. But you know what I mean? It's just a bit like, I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't know how I feel about this.
Are you agreeing to go and work for Abby at the open audition, and you're keeping quiet about a controversial special part because you're nervous about your spot on the team?
Not Christy calling out Holly for wanting to play Kate Abby just because she's worried about the place of the team. You can't call her out like that. It's so true, but you can't call her out like that. I saw Holly's face when this first got announced and she was not happy, but she was like, my tongue has been bitten because, you know what? At least Nia's getting to be the main lead of something.
And I'm hoping that Abby has Nia just typecast like a Laquifa. That's all she could ever be.
Okay, have you met the woman?
I know.
Because you're like, Abby knows not to cross the line. The woman was born over the line.
That's a very good point. That is such a good point. Oh my God. Oh, Abby is constantly crossing lines. Every single line. Boundaries. People literally are like, this is my boundary. And she's like, let me step over it. Let me break that boundary down. She thinks that she's doing a good thing. But really, sometimes it's just a bit like, what are we doing here, sorry?
No, but she knows this solo.
No, she doesn't.
Oh my God, Melissa. She just came out and did like a minute and a half of a dance, of a 2-minute dance.
Okay, she did a minute and a half.
No, your daughter's just here from morning till night.
No,
I think it's bullshit that she hasn't already learned it. Unless there's some, like, editing trickery, because I did just watch her do at least 20 seconds of the dance, and it was absolutely flawless. So, unless she's the most ingenious person in the world, she's not, first of all. Nobody is. Nobody is able to pick up choreography like that immediately and do it flawlessly. Nobody is. Not even Maddie. Before any of y'all start on me, okay? So the fact that Melissa's like, no, she doesn't know it. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. Absolutely, she does. There is no way that she is being given a ballet solo and she doesn't already know at least a significant chunk of it. Abby would not do that to Maddie like that. She wouldn't. Abby is not going to give Maddie the same amount of time to learn things as everybody else. She's going to make sure there's extra time there. And also the fact that she is here for extra hours during the day because of the homeschooling, obviously, yeah, she probably does know it. But equally, like, that's fine. The mums are not annoyed about, well, I think they're slightly annoyed about that, obviously. I mean, fair. But they're more annoyed about the fact that you're lying about it. You're lying about your daughter knowing the dance when she does. She clearly does. Because you don't just do a minute and a half of choreography just off the dome. Just off of literally being taught it just then. Doesn't happen like that.
First of all, it's really none of your business.
It's never any of our business when you don't like.
I think that
I'm not put on the hot seat because guess what? I chose.
Holly was trying to step in and diffuse tensions, and Melissa went, hold my beer, shut up, I'm going in for the attack.
So they have their privates.
I don't agree with that.
Well, that's your problem.
I don't agree with that.
I really can care less.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, she said it again. She said it again, Melissa, I'm going to slap you. I'm absolutely going to slap you. It's I couldn't care less. Oh, it's like my one big pet peeve. It's my... it angers me so much. It angers me so unbelievably much. Melissa, you're winding me up this episode. Stop it.
The complete opposite of your mother's.
Uh.
No trash, no foul language, no arguing with your teachers.
How else can I slag off your mothers? Poor fashion sense. What else could I say? Kelly's dumb. Christy and Kelly, they're both alcoholics. What else could I say? Jill loves fur vests and they're the ugliest thing in the world. Jill has a cowboy hat, which is ridiculous. I'm running out of ways to slag off your parents, I can't lie.
Her etiquette is terrible. I don't care what anybody says. Have you ever sat and ate dinner with a woman?
Oh, when she sees her boogies all over her face.
No,
Ooh.
not on her face, up in her eyes.
How does that even happen? How do you sneeze so hard that your eyeballs get littered with boogers? Boogers? With, like, snot. That's gross. That's awful. Ugh.
Anyone else think it's kind of ironic that Abby is trying to portray herself as a dignified lady? Seriously? She's about the furthest you can get from a Southern belle.
Yeah, there's nothing dignified about Abby. Not even slightly. She's the kind of person that thinks she's posh, but she's actually secretly very chavvy. And that's exactly what she is. She's the kind of person that lives in Croydon, but thinks she's from Buckinghamshire. You're from Croydon, my lovely.
But she needs to understand just how difficult it is to go out there and sing and dance at the same time.
Honestly, kind of slay. I'm actually kind of excited for this performance. This might be my top favourite Mackenzie performance of all time. Because she's kind of slaying it, I can't lie. I think when you're lip syncing or you're singing while you're dancing, it adds so much to the number. Like, so much. It just makes it so much more of a performance rather than just a dance.
Don't let that hand get too high. Okay. Bring that hand all the way back and soft elbow at the bar.
There is nothing more boring on this planet than ballet class. I hated it. I hated doing it for 3 years at uni. I didn't feel like I was improving. With tap, I felt like every single year I was improving. Jazz, I felt I was improving. I felt I was getting better. So when I left, I was like, okay, I feel good about myself with dance now. Ballet, I just felt like a sugar plum fairy. I just felt like an elephant in tights. It literally was a horrific experience. I hated it. I really didn't like it. I just don't think I'm an elegant dancer. and that's fine. I just don't have the control over my limbs that you need to have in ballet. I tried. Believe me, I tried. For 3 years. I did it for 3 years, guys. Okay? I just don't feel like I'm built for it. And then watching people take ballet class? Dead. Like, when I'm watching people do ballet in a performance, it's alright. It's not the most interesting thing in the world, but it's good because they're professional, they're good, they know how to do it properly. And it's also quite funny when they don't know how to do it properly because then it's just shit, innit? But doing it, I sucked at it. I sucked so horrendously.
The girls would be better dancers if they were homeschooled like Maddie. And I agree. But in my family, school comes first. I just want my kids to grow up normal, not just having dance be their entire life.
I completely agree with you. Obviously, you're going to be a better dancer if you're homeschooled and you have more time to come to the studio. That is not what we're arguing against here. What we're arguing against is the fact that dance is not going to be your career forever. At some point, you're going to need a fallback, a backup plan, because this industry is very temperamental. You don't know what's going to happen. You could be big today, gone tomorrow.
I've definitely seen improvement. I think she's so smart in it, and she wants it so bad. And Christy, who always has her nose in everybody's business.
Sorry, why are we bringing up Christy in this conversation? Like, you actually don't help yourself when you're just chatting shit in front of them, do you know what I mean? Because, of course, it's going to get their back up. Why are you bitching about Christy in a Maddie private? What are we doing here?
Christy, a couple years ago, that ballet routine would have went to Chloe.
Okay.
Of kids on this team that should be homeschooled, that should be dancing, I thought that she wanted to make this her career.
I just hate the insinuation that the only way you can be a good dancer is if you are homeschooled and you are at the studio 24/7. I hate that insinuation because I don't believe it. I don't believe it in the slightest. This show is stopping them from being good dancers because it's forcing them into a routine every single week where they're not getting proper technique classes. They're just learning routine after routine after routine. If that's all you're doing and you're not learning any technique, you're not getting any better. You can only work on the technique that is used within that dance. And if there's other stuff that doesn't get used and then it comes up, you're like, well, I don't know how to do this because we haven't done it in a routine before. Oh, it's jarring, but like equally, we're 4 seasons into this by now. And I feel like a broken record going on about the same thing episode after episode after episode. Obviously, it would be better if everyone was homeschooled, but that isn't possible for everybody.
Abby came upstairs and was giving me a really hard time about you and dance because even though you won this week, she still said that it's not enough and it's not good enough.
That sentence is so wild to me because what do you mean she won, but that's not good enough? Winning is not good enough. It's just such a crazy sentiment to have because it's so jarring. It's so unbelievably jarring. I really don't understand it, but I don't understand the majority of stuff that Abby does, I can't lie.
Ignore her. Like, just ignore her, Chloe. You know, ignore her. You have a bright future, and if it's dance, it will be because you decide that you want to do it. But if it's not, you at least have something to fall back on.
Fantastic parenting from Christy. Fantastic parenting. I can only clap. I can only clap and admire it because that's exactly what I was saying. If you want to do dance, that's because you chose that. If you don't do dance, at least you've got stuff to fall back on. That is exactly what I was saying. And again, the best thing that you can say to these children is just remind them on the daily. Ignore Abby. Any hate and horribleness that she sends your way, ignore it. Water off a duck's back.
We're in Atlanta for my second round of auditions. Melissa and Holly are here to help me.
Yeah, here to help you sell t-shirts. Is that the only reason why you brought them along? Jesus Christ, honestly. Imagine going up and buying a t-shirt and you just got Melissa being like, that'll be $20, please. Is this what you've been reduced to? Is this what you're having to do? Sell t-shirts for Abby? Not a great look for you, is it, Melissa?
Whose parent is this? You are limiting her marketability. You are limiting the job she can get.
Just because she's got crimped hair. I mean, I don't usually like to rip on children, but this is one of the most hideous haircuts I've ever seen in my whole life. This is absolutely horrible. It looks like a wig. Like, it actually looks dreadful. And yeah, I couldn't let my child go out looking like that. So actually, as much as Abby's being nasty and horrible right now, I'm 100% agreeing with what she says. Yeah, that's an awful Barnet right there. Oh, God.
What's this little one's name here? 003? I loved you. You were great until you screwed up that whole Jete change directions. Get down here.
That was so cruel because she was like, oh, you were so incredible until you weren't and then you sucked and now you need to go. I couldn't hack it. This is what I mean. I need more of this juicy drama.
How old are you? 11? I have Maddie who's 11.
I believe I could work hard and train out hard and one day be able to beat whoever I need for you.
Give her a second chance.
Whoa, a mutiny is starting. Whoa. Honestly. I mean, to be fair, this kid does not look 11. This kid looks like 8. I'm sorry, what? She's 11? Wow. No. Not at all. Surely not. Surely I'm going to need to see birth certificates for this because I don't believe this. But equally, give her a second chance. That was sending me. Hilarious. The mum clearly didn't get the memo.
In the back.
Oh! Raw, she actually got a second chance. That's crazy.
That's her. She needs to be on this stage. She can dance on this stage in her underwear. Her teacher said, let them see your body more. So I took her shirt off. Because I wanted to see her physique more.
Here's my take on this matter. That is rule 101. Don't change your outfits. Rule 100 is actually wear something that will get you noticed. Rule 101, that's a 2, but you know what I mean. Rule 101 is do not change said outfit because then they lose who you are. People in auditions, they remember key things about you. So when you change that, yeah, you fucked up. I'm sorry, you did fuck up. And I can understand why Abby kicked you off the stage because it's a case of like, you are so great, but where have you learnt this audition technique? Because that is horrendous.
This kind of pandemonium, this calling out. This is like the Jerry Springer of dance. Like, this is not appropriate for dance.
Yeah, I can't lie. They are going over the top. It is not the end of the world. Abby's not actually casting from this. Can we keep it real for 1 second? She ain't casting anybody. This is a fake audition just to drum up interest. Do you know what I mean? And also, money. You have to pay to audition. Money. She's selling her shirts. If this was a genuine audition, none of that would be happening. So, I feel like people are just over the top. Do you know what I mean? It's not the end of the world. Your daughter failed because you gave her bad advice.
Go calm down. And when the 12-year-olds dance again, you join them.
Abby's a lot more tolerant in this situation than I thought she was going to be. I really thought she'd put her foot down. But equally, I feel like if she doesn't, there might be a mutiny on her hands. And she might get overwhelmed. You never know. You never know. Honestly, people be crazy. People be crazy over their children dancing. Dance moms be crazy. That's what we're learning today. Well, I mean, that's what we've learned from this entire show. But specifically today, dance moms be crazy.
Yeah, they fit.
Mackenzie's costume is adorable, and our 3 girls look like a couple of chickens instead of Southern Belles.
That's exactly what they remind me of. I was looking at them going like, oh, something looks weird. It's because they look like the fucking chicken guy from Family Guy. Oh, this is such a muggy situation, honestly. No, I'm sorry. It was like a 6 at best. The thing that annoyed me is that there was a bit at the beginning where she faced the back whilst lip syncing, and I was like, what? Why? Why would you do this? I've watched a lot of lip syncing in my life thanks to Drag Race. And I know that one thing that you should always do is, unless it's during an instrumental bit of the music, always face the front so you can see the lips, because that's the most important part of this. It's lip syncing. Otherwise, you're just dancing. And what's the point of that? So that annoyed me at the start. And then as it just got on, I was just like, oh, the dancing is just like meh, because she's focusing so much on having to sing that the choreography is just not allowing her to do anything. Like, she's not doing anything. Yeah, it was tough to watch. It was tough to watch. Yeah, I think a 6 is generous, I can't lie. I enjoyed it from like she was entertaining point of view, but as a dance, as a lip sync, it was meh so. Okay, so I thought it was a good number. I'd give it an 8. My big issue with this number is, aside from some of the foot placements, there was not enough in this dance to make me go, this is ballet. Because I'm not being funny, this looked identical to some of her other solos. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's still got all the turning in it and all the other stuff that she always has in her solos. And then, like I said, aside from some foot placements, which I did notice, I just wasn't getting ballet vibes from it. And so I feel like they place such a big emphasis on, she's doing a ballet number, she's doing a ballet number. And then I watch her do the same steps that she always does. And I'm like, oh, are they ballet steps? If they are, cool. But then, like, why have we placed such a huge emphasis on the fact that Maddie doesn't usually do ballet? Maddie doesn't usually do ballet. I just feel like that was lacking. She did a fantastic job, though. Like, very, very good. Very, very good. The only critiques I have, as always, is with the choreography, and that's Abby's fault, or whoever choreographed this. So, you know what? Fair game to Maddie. You did a great job. It just wasn't really up my street. And it's so similar to all of her other solos that I'm just like, there's no uniqueness here. There was nothing unique to make me go, oh yeah, this is a memorable one. Oh, I really wanted to like this dance. I really did. But once again, plagued with choreography, just annoyances of mine. There wasn't any tough choreography in this. This felt very bog standard and basic for them. I've seen them do much harder trios than this, and it was just lacking. The interesting part was when they did the flip with Kendall. That was fun. I enjoyed that. But aside from that, I don't feel like it was showing off any of their best qualities. There was also annoyance, and this is, I think, with Kendall. When she's placed in the middle, she's either off to one side or the other side, and she's never actually bang center, so it sometimes throws the image of it off a little bit. But other than that, this was like a, I'll give them a 7 to be nice, because like, it was entertaining, and I did think that they did do a good job, but just those little nitpicky things that I was like, yeah, I can't give you any higher than that. It definitely wasn't better than Maddie's dance. Maddie's dance was great, but wow, this was just not a good dance for them. It was just disappointing. They sold it, but it was just disappointing.
If Nia doesn't nail her featured role in the group routine, I have a dozen kids ready to replace her at the drop of a hat. Nia, you have to deliver. You have to go out there and dance like your life depends on it.
See, this is the thing with the show. This could either mean that she goes out there and she absolutely slays it, or she goes out there and she mucks it up horrifically, because they keep on mentioning the fact that this is really high stakes. This is really high stakes. Nia has to do very, very well in this. And it is just making me worry, is she not going to do very well in this?
As the sun rose up over the sea, everyone was singing in a minor key. It may sing, oh, people need a miracle to do the next right thing. Hey, heaving voices and a choir of preachers. Hey, diddle diddle, now the fiddle screeches. Oh, you're a long way from home. It may sing, oh, people need a miracle to do the next right thing, to do the next right thing.
That was incredible. That was really, really good. Everyone sold that. The facial expressions, the costumes, the storytelling, everything was fantastic. And it was genuinely one of the best things I've ever seen in my whole life. That was incredible. That was really, really good. I can't see that not winning. I cannot see that not winning. That was uniquely powerful. Listen, you put Nia in charge of a dance, she delivers. She absolutely delivers every single time. You could see the pain, the anguish, and just how frustration was pouring out of her. She wasn't just dancing for the civil rights movement. She was dancing for herself and proving to everyone that I can do this. I can do this. And she absolutely can. Wow. Just gorgeous.
Mackenzie gets second place. You know, I think it was probably a really close battle.
Oh, I think second place is fair. I don't think she deserved a win for that, personally. I thought it was a little bit of a disappointing dance. Choreographically wise, not because of her. It was just disappointing. Ooh!
I wouldn't say it was their best performance. They danced well enough to earn a first place here at this competition, but not good enough to guarantee a spot on my team.
She's never happy. They literally won and she's like, well, I don't know. Are they going to stay on the team or not? Winning isn't everything, even though winning is everything to Abby. It's just she picks and chooses when it's everything to her.
The moms can say what they want about homeschooling, but Maddie is very happy. And when Maddie's happy, I'm happy.
I've got nothing to say. This happens every episode and I'm just like, congrats again on another win. Like, there's no drama here. We know Maddie's going to win when she steps on stage, so cool.
And your highest scoring elite junior small group is act number 31 at last.
Well deserved, in my opinion. Well deserved. They definitely deserve to win, and good on them, honestly. Good on them.
I thought you were too far stage right. You want to keep dancing?
Yes.
I don't know, maybe the homeschool thing isn't right for you. Maybe you need to go back to school if this is just a fun after-school activity.
We stopped switching and changing. I thought homeschooling was the best thing that you could ever do for your child, and now you're like, oh, maybe it's not working out just because she came second. My God. Honestly, this woman is a hypocrite.
Well, I think it would be great to have a new team member, so like you said, they would push me harder.
It's a big decision. It's a huge undertaking.
She said huge. She said huge, guys. This is not a drill. What an episode, guys. What an episode. We had the second of the 3 auditions. The next one is in New York City, which I'm assuming is going to take place on the week where Kelly is kicked off the show. Very interested to see how that goes down. And speaking of, that is next week, so make sure you come to the live stream. But other than that, that's all we've got time for today. So remember, if you've got any things that you're like, yes, you absolutely have to do this whilst you're out in Vegas, make sure to comment that down below. And if we get time, we will have a look and we'll see whether we can do them. We're basically just looking for suggestions because we've never been, so we want to know what's cool and what's not cool to do. So also tell us if there's anything that's not worth doing, that is like touristy, that is like a tourist trap that we might get trapped in. Do you know what I mean? We don't want to get trapped. But anyway, that is all we've got time for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe. We're almost at 6,000, I think we're at. So yeah, we're almost there. Keep on building, keep on going. And then that's it. That's all we've got time for today. Thank you guys very, very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. And I will see you guys later. Keep on ranting. Bye now.